Hello and welcome to Marriott MBA Today. I'm your host Ravya, and today we are joined by a second-year MBA student, Chetan Prasad. Thank you so much for joining us, Chetan.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Chetan is the founding member of the Cougar MBA project. What is Cougar MBA project? It is the MBA student recruitment resource created by the students and for the students. Chetan, could you please tell us how you came up with this idea? Who else is involved in implementing this idea?
Sure, absolutely. So last year, going through the internship process, doing a lot of research, identifying companies, what questions they might ask, who the right people to contact, I was doing a lot of work, spending many hours a week trying to figure this out. And then I would see that my peers as well would spend a lot of time essentially duplicating the effort that I was going through. And I had the idea of, me and another student, Travis, we had the idea of pooling all of these resources so future MBA students, as they would come in and prepare for interviews, would have this accumulated information to go as a starting point. So that was the genesis of the idea, and then we took all of that and put it in a wiki so students can access it at their convenience.
That's so cool. So how did you, tell us more about how it works, how Cougar MBA works?
Yeah, absolutely. So CougarMBA.com is essentially where you would go to access this resource. Current MBA students have access to it. You could go to the website and there's listings by company, there's listings by track, there's listings by category. You can go in and you can find information that students have put in. We have information for about 35 to 40 companies, giving you interview questions, giving you who the contacts are, what the work-life balance is. Questions typically you can't find answers to on the company website, and CougarMBA.com is trying to get all of this information in one place.
This sounds so cool. I'm sure it's like really helpful for students who are trying to land their dream job. So tell us more about the challenges you faced while implementing this project. What were the main hurdles you had?
Yeah, probably the biggest challenge with this project is getting people to come in and to use the resource. With any wiki, as you're building it, in the beginning there's not much information there, not much to take from. It's more a giving process. But the previous second years who have just left us have given us plenty of information to begin with, and that's already proving very helpful. The current first years who've come in looking for internships have been able to go and reference those 35 to 40 companies I was mentioning, pulling interview questions, preparing. So the biggest challenge, as you asked, would be to accumulate more and more information, keeping it timely, keeping it effective for the new batches of students coming in.
Yeah, that's definitely a great thing to take care of. So this is a really great effort. Do the recruiters know about it? What do they have to say about it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So some recruiters know about it. I was talking to a recruiter from Amazon yesterday, and he was really interested in it. He took a look at it. He said it was a great resource. He's going to pass some information along that we can stick in there. Likewise, LinkedIn as well. But generally, this is a resource that's closed, that's only for BYU MBA students, by students, for students. Recruiters can ask for access. We'll happily provide them access, but typically we're hoping to limit this for students and their eyes only.
That's really a good sign. What did you get to talk to the 2016 class? What do they have to say about this resource?
Yeah. So at the beginning of the school year, we did a little info session with the 2016 students, and we brought them into a room and we showed them this resource, and we got plenty of positive feedback. We're keeping analytics on the wiki, and we're seeing that a lot of people are using it. The usage is only going up, and so we're very encouraged by that.
That sounds great. So if people want to know more about this resource, where should they go? Whom should they approach?
Absolutely. So, in the year 2015, please contact me, Chetan Prasad, or Travis Sabin. We'd be happy to help you. But in the future, you may go to CougarMBA.com, and we will be passing out information as we go along on how we will get students onboarded onto the system.
That sounds so great. So do you have any plans for the future of Cougar MBA? Where do you see Cougar MBA in like a couple of years from now?
Great question. So we mentioned that this was an unofficial resource, which means it's not part of the MBA program. Mm-hmm. However, it is being treated as a club of the MBA program, and so we will have some support from the MBA program. And so we'll have links from official resources that the MBA program puts out. It'll be linking to Cougar MBA, and so people can find us that way. We'll have students who will manage it in the future who will professionally manage it in the future, and so we'll have plenty of continuity. And so hopefully in 2 to 3 years down the line, we'll have a website that's fully fleshed out. We'll have plenty of resources for as many companies as students are interested in.
That sounds so great. So do you plan to scale it beyond recruitment resources?
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice to have not just recruitment, but also to have information along the lines of housing, clubs, club material, other information that students can't typically find on their own, or it takes them a long time to find. Hopefully we can get those kinds of information on there too.
That's amazing. I wish I had this resource before I joined the school. I would definitely recommend all the students to use this resource. Thank you so much for doing this, Chetan, and thanks again for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more interesting stories. Thank you.